hope you've all been having a great week so far. My voice just cracked on the far so far. I have. It's my birthday week, and I'll insert some pictures from my birthday photo shoot and just my whole birthday celebration. Yeah. Hey y'all, it's your girl Dee Dee, and I want to talk to you guys about building healthy, strong relationships. So, my co-host is here, but she is half asleep, thanks to the walk we just did outside. But I wanted to talk to you, as I mentioned, about healthy relationships. Before I get into this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell so you're notified when we drop a new video. So what exactly do I mean about a healthy relationship? So a lot of times when people talk about healthy relationships, co-host, pick a side. Yeah. When people talk about healthy relationships, they talk about, does he stress you out? Does he lift you up? Does he or does she, do this stuff for you, that stuff for you? I want to talk about money within a healthy relationship. So when Kim and I were getting married, we had, the counseling and all that stuff. And they had asked us, oh, we know this is a touchy subject and a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but have you guys talked about it? And we're like, are you kidding me? Absolutely. I think on our second date, I said to Kim, what is your financial situation right now? Like, what is your status? Like, where are you? Like, I just wanted to know for me. And I gave him mine as well, because I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't talk about. And then I've heard stories where, like, years later you find out, oh, and he did owe this person so much money, and this person is bankrupt, and now they're trying to take my stuff and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, huh? So I just wanted to know where everything was. So we've always been open and honest about finances, about money, and anything that pertains to it. So that would include, are you working? How much you're making? What are your debts? Do you have any assets? That type of stuff. And we had a very open and honest conversation. Now, a post came alive on social media, and a young man who was supporting his girlfriend at the time for a couple of years, and everything was going well. I guess when he was supporting her, it was great. She applies for a job, gets a job. She tells him, like, oh my goodness, I'm making the amount I want to make per year, this, that, and the other. And he says, great, now that you're making this amount, I can now take a step back and focus on my mental health, which means that you'll be the one making the money. And her response was pretty much like, what do you mean, sir? Absolutely not, sir. No, you have to support me just the same, and blah, blah, blah. What do you mean you're going to quit your job so that this. And she was not having it. And I found that very interesting, because I feel like in his mind, because they had built such a strong foundation, he felt as though even if he were going to take a leave of absence for work for 6 months, or quit entirely because the job was upsetting him or stressing him out, and he was going to look for something else, she did not give him that level of support that I presume he had given her while she was searching for a job at the time. And again, I found it interesting, because at the end of it all, he was like, wow, I was going to propose to you. I was just testing you to see if you would have my back, to see if you'd be really like my ride or die, and if you would support me. And I was like, crazy, but I guess better late than never. Or I guess it's better that he finds it out now before he had actually proposed, got married, and then probably said, I need to take some time off of work because I can't. And she's like, no, divorce. You know what I mean? So I want to hear from you guys, and I want to know what you think. What are your thoughts on, I guess, women supporting men financially, men supporting women financially? Is it that it's a one-way street? Do we expect our males to support our females when our females are down and out? Do we expect the same from the females when our men are down and out? So mental health can affect anybody. So stress, depression, and even physical strain. Like if you have a job that requires you to lift a lot or do so much, and your body is just on this wear and tear, like I can do this no longer, and I need a break, or I need to switch careers, I need to switch what I'm doing. How do we handle that in a relationship? Now, disclaimer, I'm not a relationship counselor. I don't even give advice. I just talk based off of my experience or what myself and my friends have gone through per their permission. So so I've had to be the supporter for my household, or the main supporter, I guess, for a couple months. And I'm trying to find the best word to use. It wasn't scary. It wasn't overwhelming. It was just like, I don't want to mess up. So Keem was laid off of work because of COVID. And at that time, it was like, oh my goodness, right? Because like COVID is happening. The world is shut down. Here I am. And I'm like, every mickle, make a muckle. So basically every dollar counts. So like every dollar, every cent, every change adds up to something, and it can be used for a purpose. So you don't want to slip up. You don't want to mess up. And then because you're the only person making the money, you're doing the best that you can so that, you don't lose your job, because you don't want to put your household in that type of situation. Enter in panic in my mind. But like overall, I feel like I was handling it very well, which also birthed our business, our cleaning business, because after experiencing that, or midway through that, I said to Keem and I had a discussion, and we're like, we don't ever want to be so dependent on the employer or employers that we have, that should something like COVID happen again, or should push come to shove where we're really backed into a corner, we'd like to know that we can still sustain ourselves and we can still live a life even if we're trapped within our house. So I had no problem doing it, and I vice versa. And if Keem was here, I'm sure he would say, since now I do not work for anyone, Keem is now the breadwinner. So Keem is supporting the household, right? And I think within any healthy relationship, it's okay to flip between the two. And I'm saying this on the mere basis that both of you have an understanding that this, whichever party it is that isn't working, knows that this isn't forever. So if I were to say to Keem, for argument's sake, I never want to go back to work again for another day of my life, Keem would be like, no, that is not what we signed up for. This is not what we discussed, blah, 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 and vice versa. Because first of all, we're young. We have a lot of good years where we could actually put into the workforce and make something of ourselves so that our pension can be good. All of those factors. So it'd be really irresponsible of either one of us to be like, yeah, let's lounge around for the next 20, 30 years, let's just not do anything. So I think that's the first thing. You need to have some sort of understanding, or maybe the first thing is to communicate, and then have an understanding of what the game plan is. Like, yes, I'm going to be off for X amount of time, but I'm going to be figuring these things out. So in the guy's situation, his example, he was like, I need this time to figure out my mental health. Fair point. Okay, so can we say you won't quit right now, but you'll wait until after my probation? Like, I feel like that would have been a better response than her just blowing up to pretty much say, when I got into this relationship with you, I did not have any intention of supporting you and being the breadwinner of the family. That is not what we planned. That is not that's how her statement went, which I know went left in this guy's mind because he's also been supporting her for so long. So communicate, and then have some sort of understanding. And I think it's okay and it's fair for either party, the man or the woman, to want a break or to take a break, especially with everything that happened in society. Like, my break from work was definitely needed. Definitely needed. Now, people who really know me know that I'm very social. I enjoy being outside. I can have fun all by myself, or I can have fun with a whole bag of people. Like, I'm just that person. However, the last year and change, lock up in the house, just staring at a screen. Like, Keem had the opportunity to go out for work and whatever, but I was working from home. It was so much for me to not have anyone to really interact with. And then we got the dog, which was the best thing, because I'm like, I have Ava who's asleep, so she ain't even paying me no mind right now. But you know what I mean? Like, it was good to have that that comfort, or that to help with your mental health, because they say no one's gonna love you like a dog will love you. A dog is man's best friend. As she, gets comfortable and you and goes back to sleep. So communicate, have an understanding. And I also have a couple of my friends, because we've talked about this. We're like, okay, so like, what would you do in this situation? Some have blatantly said, absolutely not. Like, I don't feel like I have the mental capacity, or like, I'm not even making enough to cover myself. So how does he expect me to cover him as well? And those statements are fair, and it doesn't make your relationship bad in any way, shape, or form. But I'm saying, or what I'm trying to advise is, jump ahead of it. Ask these questions, or prepare yourself mentally, so should anything happen, that, well, this person's expecting me to carry all of everything. Absolutely not. So you have those conversations to be like, I can't carry everything should XYZ happen. Like, I can only do so much. I can only afford so much. So what are we going to do? What's our plan B? What's our plan C? Have additional plans, people. And as, again, we saw in this guy's message, his secondary plan was, okay, fine. So since she can't support me the way I support her, I'm just going to leave this relationship, because there's no point in me sticking around in a relationship where this person doesn't care to support me in the way that I want to be supported. And those things can suck in the moment. But I feel like at the same time, this guy's counting his blessing, because what if later on, and I know this is a what if, so we can't know. This is all hypothetical, because even his scenario was fake. But what if they had gotten married, and what if there were now children involved, and he said, I need the time, and she said, absolutely not. What if, so I don't know. Money has always been a touchy subject within our culture, and then just overall, people don't like to talk about money, or how much they make, and what they spend their money on, because I know some of y'all know the things you spend your money on. You shouldn't really be spending your money on, or you don't need to be spending your money on, but you spend your money on it just the same, because you're like, people expect this from me. I do not expect anything from you. I just want you to know that. So if you feel as though you are doing something to impress those looking on, if I'm one of the people that are looking on, I don't care to be impressed. I really do not. And I live my life just the same. I do not care for people to be impressed with what I do. I just live my life for me. And I feel like if most of us lived our lives for us, we could eliminate some of these issues. But another good example of, I guess, a woman supporting a man would be Tabitha Brown. She came out recently to say that she's willing to support her husband, who's been supporting them for over 15 years. And she is, she's retiring him so that he can now do whatever he wants to do, what his passion is, which is, I believe, their nonprofit organization. And, other people have come out to say, yay, that's amazing. What a power couple, when a woman can support a man and vice versa, blah, blah, blah. But other people have come out to say, What are you guys doing? This is not a healthy relationship. Why would you do that? Now that you've retired him, it's gonna give him so much time to probably cheat and to do all of this stuff. And it's crazy that as a society, this is where our mind goes. Like, we can't just see it as a, wow, this is empowering. Just to know that within a healthy relationship, he held her down while she was trying to figure out herself and find her job or her calling and all that stuff. And now it's her turn to hold him down. Why aren't we more uplifting? First of all, we're just the viewers. We're all just looking on. And sometimes we should be, they say how children should just be seen and not heard. I'm gonna leave it there. Sometimes we need to be seen and not heard. Like, you can see a picture and like a post. You don't have to comment. You don't have to say anything, or you don't have to go on and on about it. But I respect it. I don't think that there's anything wrong with a woman supporting a man or a man supporting a woman, vice versa, because anything that's happening within that relationship is within the two parties that are involved in the relationship. It doesn't involve anyone else. We should just feel fortunate to be a part of it, or to hear it, whether by passing or in a video or whatever the case may be. So I know that it's seen as taboo, and I know that it's not necessarily something that our society has allowed men to be proud of when they have a woman supporting them, or a woman assisting, or a woman making more than the other person. And I think it's also a point that I forgot to mention, which I'm mentioning now. It's imperative, women, if you are making more than your man, let's not throw it in his face. Let's not hold it over his head. Let's not be the one to be like, well, I am the one paying the bills, so blah, blah, blah. And I am the one who bought your shoes, so give me them back. And I am the one who blah, 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 blah. And the same goes for men. But I feel like it's not so much on men, but what do I know? I'm just going based off of what I've seen and heard. But I feel like that's how I've seen it a lot in society. And even within my friendship circles, some of them are like, yeah, but like, I don't even know why he's talking up when I make twice as much as he makes, or I do this as much as that. And I'm like, so how do I tell you that this isn't good for your relationship? Because you throwing it in his face isn't doing anything but pushing him away or making him shut down. It's not healthy. So if you really want to have that healthy relationship, and you really want to have that full understanding, have that conversation and let them know where your boundaries is. Like, okay, fine. You want to take some time off? I can probably manage 3 months. I can manage 6 months. Exceeding that, we're going to have to come up with a plan B. If you need more time than that, we need a plan B or plan C. Like, have those healthy conversations. And remember, whatever's happening in your relationship is between the two of you. Inviting us, the world, the viewers, into your relationship, you're doing that at your own risk. How TV always say viewer discretion is advised, or not eligible for kids under the age of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we are those kids under the age of blah, 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 blah. You don't have to involve us or invite us into anything. You choose to. And I'm saying, for healthy relationships' sake, sometimes just leave us out of it. And if you and your spouse or significant other has discussed whatever your financial situation is and how you're going to make it work, or whether you're going to take 10% of his and 20% of yours, 5% of this and this, it don't matter. As long as there's a roof over your head, shoes on your feet, and clothes on your back, you done did it. I still want to hear from you guys about what you think about men being breadwinners or women being breadwinners and vice versa. Are men solely supporting women, women solely supporting men? How do you see that in today's day and age? Let me know in the comment section below. We love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Able to tell the people bye. Okay, well then. Till next time, we are thought-provoking, motivational, inspirational. Goodbye. Hey TMI family, thanks for watching another great episode here at That's Just TMI. Don't forget to follow us on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell so you're notified when we drop another video. Till next time, bye!